am here with my BFF, Jill. I'm sorry, that was like a titty hug.
Yeah, I felt it.
My manager earlier, and I was going over the shoulder, and my hand just like cupped a boob. I was like
doing the OG.
I was like, I mean, honestly, this is why we work together. Tonight, we are actually just hanging out in our hotel in Costa Rica. And we have to part our ways in the morning, sadly. So we decided we wanted to film a Storytime video together, and we are going to do one on my channel about crazy things we did for boys, obviously. And then over on Alex's channel, what are we gonna do?
We're gonna do our story times of getting kicked out of bars.
I think it really says a lot about the company that we keep, that we both have that kind of story. We're both like, yeah, that would be a great story time. For now, we are going to get into our stories. And even though you're my guest, I'm gonna start because mine is just way too juicy. So sorry, you have to listen. This is a crazy thing I did for my now husband. So I think it's okay, even though like some people are probably gonna look down on me for it a little bit. So we were dating, and I had not seen him 7 months. We weren't really going back and forth. The thing with us was we were kind of rekindling things, and it was like we really wanted to be together, we wanted to see each other, but he couldn't come home. I was like 18 when we started dating again, like living at home. My parents were gonna buy me a plane ticket, and I didn't make enough money to afford one. I should also mention that Tyler was in the military, and he did not have a lot of money to his name. I flew out to Kansas where he was stationed. We didn't have enough money for a hotel, so I stayed in the barracks. And I know that I know, like I stayed in the barracks, and you're like, oh, okay, that's not that big of a deal, but
I don't know much about.
No, you are not supposed to. You can have guests, but you can't have them stay overnight. There are also things like room inspections that, you know, happen randomly sometimes, and you can find people. Everything went fine. Like the first night, I snuck in through the back door. So he came out to like smoke and then snuck me in because it like locks behind you, and I just avoided all of the guards there. We ordered takeout that night, and then the next day, I snuck out through that door. Everything went fine. It wasn't a big deal. The day after that was when shit hit the fan, and already this is not like a good thing. I'm not supposed to be staying in the barracks, but I hate to say everybody does it, because everybody does it. So I'm outside and I'm waiting for Tyler, and this guy comes out the door, and I don't know much about the Army at this point. I don't know who this is, I don't know what his rank is, I don't know what he can and can't do to me, and he sees me, and he's just kind of like, you need help? The way that he said it, I was just like, I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble. Like, I'm the most non-confrontational. Yeah. I'm so scared of everyone. I was like, I'm waiting on someone, we're leaving, we're gone. I'm not here. And then he walked inside. Lo and behold, a few years later, that's my best friend's husband.
No.
Yeah, it's my best friend's husband. It's so funny, but like, it's so weird that was our first meeting. But so that happened, and I was so shaken up, and it wasn't a big deal. I wasn't like caught. But then he was at PT, I think the day after that. So he leaves at like 6 a.m. and I'm sleeping, and this alarm starts going off, and I'm like, I think that was a fire alarm. I think some dipshit like burned his ramen or something in his barracks room. And everyone's like going outside. Tyler isn't there, and I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what does this mean? But I didn't know at the time. I just heard the alarm. There is this pounding on the door. Like, I cannot begin to tell you the loudest pounding I'd ever heard in my entire life. Are you gonna make a sex joke? Okay, I hate you. Also, I love you.
The craziest pounding I've ever heard. Normally you're just like,
pound it. I literally was thinking like, I should hide in the closet. I won't look in there. Like, and barracks rooms are so tiny. I should also mention at this point that Tyler didn't have a roommate. His roommate was gone. I think he was actually deployed at this time. Maybe he was in training or something. So like, I had never run into anyone before this, but there's pounding, and I'm just like, I'm dead. And it stops, the siren goes off after maybe like 15 minutes, and then I'm like hiding when Tyler comes back from PT. I'm literally cowering behind the bed, and he's like, hey babe, what you doing? And I told him what happened, and he was like, oh yeah, we heard somebody burned their food. Fire alarm went off, but like almost no one was there because almost everyone was at PT. And he was just so sweet about it. But I think that that's easily the craziest thing that I ever did, because I guess it could have gone so badly on so many levels.
I don't know how you weren't so scared. Like,
I was terrified.
That's for love right there, guys.
And it worked out. I got married. I don't do what I do.
It's a little bit of like a longer time span, but I will condense. It's like about my first love. So I have a very different first love story. It's not like your typical
You started dating in high school.
Yeah, it's not your typical high school starting love story. So at the time I worked at a farm.
What kind of farm?
Like a produce farm. Like they sold like
Okay.
vegetables and fruits, and they had like a little deli and an ice cream stand. It was cute. So every summer Jamaicans come and they do the crop work. One summer, one of the guy's sons came and started working there. Kind of just like we're eyeing each other, and all of a sudden, you know, he asked me out and we go out, and then over the summer something starts to develop, and by the end of the summer, it's actually a really cute story looking back on it.
Yeah, that's
like,
cute.
Like meeting at a farm and you fall in love over the summer. It's like he has to go back to Jamaica. And I don't want this to end. He does not want this to end. We like had just told each other we loved each other. Like I remember one night when we had separated, we were talking on like Facebook Messenger or something, and I was just like, what if I come with you? And I was like half joking.
Yeah.
You know that like that thing where you're like half joking and you're like, well, like, what if?
What if?
Yeah, I say that. And I remember this night specifically. My mom is across the room in her bedroom. I am in my bedroom. I want over to her bedroom. She's reading her little book, all cute. Mom, you know, insert name here. And she really liked him. She was super on board with the relationship. Like one of my best friend, she's my girl. She gets me and she's cool with living outside the box. And I just literally asked her straight up, I'm like, how would you feel if I took a semester off from college and moved to Jamaica? Sure. She literally was like,
my parents, I told them I was going to Kansas for this particular week. They were like, well, you won't have a house to come back to. Like, they were pissed I did this. I love my parents, like, more than anything, but I think that when I first kind of left the nest, they were like trying to keep me as sheltered as
a lot of
possible.
parents do that, yeah.
But it's so funny, your mom was just like,
yeah, she always wants me to follow my heart, and she's really passionate about following my heart, and she really supported our relationship. She said, you know, she pulled a Drake reference, you only live once. She was like, I think you should explore while you're young. It's a really cool experience. Okay, so she said yes. I tell him that, and it's kind of just like cuckoo bananas. He goes back, and then I like take a semester off, like defer or something like that. And I booked my ticket, and the cool thing was his family was also so supportive of us. They helped pay for my ticket, which was crazy and so sweet. And I ended up booking a ticket for like, I think 2 months. I'm not gonna lie, I ended up coming home a little bit early because I got so homesick. It's by far the craziest thing I've done, and I don't regret it at all, obviously, because it was a great experience to see another country. I ended up going back and forth like 3 times, and he came back and forth 3 times. It was just like for a few years back and forth, which just was too much. But it was a really cool experience.
Yeah, but like
Jamaica's a cool place.
You left college, and like, I mean, of course not. That's a bad thing, because I've left college too.
No.
Like, girl, that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Maybe we should make our college dropout stories.
Yes, we should. I went back after that and then dropped out later though.
Oh my god, story time.
So like, let me elaborate later on.
Yeah, like, you just like moved. I mean, and again, like that sounds like I'm like attacking you, but I think it's amazing that you had like the courage to. I think that's so cool.
It was very, I think that was a time in my life where I grew a lot of balls. Like I think I just got really, like I think falling in love made me very strong in a weird way like that, because the old me was very like shy and timid, and I would have never done something like that.
Right.
And Jamaica taught me a lot. It was a very
so
good
really
experience.
good, like crazy thing.
Good crazy thing.
Both of ours turned out great. I mean,
yeah,
you know, like
I'm not with him, but very fond memories, and I have no regrets.
Yeah. Neither of us actually like told each other these stories.
Yeah, it was nice to hear each other's stories.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yes.
Well, on Alex's channel, we are going to do stories about getting kicked out of bars.
Yes.
And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and please go and subscribe to Alex. She's my favorite person on planet Earth. You guys will love her. I think that's it, so we will see you next time. Bye!
Oh, sorry, I just burped.
It's okay. It tastes like eggplant.
Ew.
Hey. Thank you. You're welcome. Backup singer. Hey, what's up? Hello.
Hello. Wait, was it with you? I am very new here. Yes! That was our last trip. We would always talk about it. From Jenna Marbles video.
Hello. And that's what started StyleHaul, right?
Oh god, who are we?
Doing thumbnails first. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna look kind
so
of
this
like...
one's things we did for boys, so I'm gonna be like...
Okay. I'm gonna look kind of surprised at you.
I'm gonna be like...
I want to start a thing where at the end of every video, I put like the making of the thumbnail.
You should.
I think it's so funny.
You should for the end.
Yeah, I love so...
Just got so thrown off.
I'm so excited. I love story Storytime so much. So Gypsy Jules said, I have been discouraged lately with certain people's opinions on how being body positive is basically promoting obesity. I also feel like it seems like you don't have to weigh a ton to be considered obese and realize it's unhealthy to be this way. I struggle between feeling confident about my body and guilty that I'm not as healthy as I should be. What are your opinions?